On this week's podcast, we are talking Bonkfests. Oh, new WhatsApp group's been set up and it's called Bonkfest.
Ooh.
Relationship rules.
Straight talking even if it hurts.
My new obsession. I cannot believe I have lived this long without it.
But when did this start again? Like, how did you get into it?
New fashion brands that you need to know about. Round her ankle, she had a solid gold cuff. There is a gap in the market for that.
Ankle jewelry.
Do you think?
Love.
And the eternal juggle of being a working mother. How do you navigate through mum guilt?
Oh, I don't. Every day.
Make sure you tune in. It's my first for a while and it felt like a good one. Hello, I'm Georgie Cole and welcome to the SheerLuxe Team Podcast. Today I am joined by Sarah Templeman, otherwise known as Hodge, and Lou Huff. Hi ladies.
Hi.
Before we start, I have been prepped to ask if you would please follow us on Acast, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts from, YouTube. It really makes a difference. I feel like anyone watching would have heard Stephen Bartlett say this over and over and over again. So please subscribe. It really, really helps our podcast get found. I've been told we've got to talk about outfits. Hodge?
I have got my trusty burgundy Zara mules on again, which
Are
was
they Zara? I've been wondering where they're from.
such a good buy. And then jeans from a Goldie, turtleneck from Cos, and my blazer from Blase Milano, which was my best sale buy last year.
Earrings?
Oh, earrings are by Alona, which I love. Quite
Are they
different
heavy?
look for me. No, so light.
They're so light.
So light.
Yeah,
All
they're
that collection so light. Love it
How
so
light?
much.
I need to feel how light they are.
So
It's
light.
like freakishly light.
I mean,
like,
I'm just got
I can-
such...
I can't feel them.
I actually took an earring off the other day and said to someone I need to get them stitched up, and they went, "Oh my god, you really do, don't you?" I was like, okay, well, I actually really do. Lou,
I
you're
am
wearing the
wearing
belt of. I mean, you just make me want that belt. So
I've just got the dupe from Naked Fashion.
my cost per wear on this belt
It's good.
is insane. People are probably sick of me wearing it, but
No, I'm not.
I love it
I'm
so
not. I
much.
love
so
it.
good.
I've got boots from Flattered. Trousers are from Ray, R.I.P.
I thought you were going to say they were the with nothing underneath.
No,
Have you got those?
no.
That's so good.
Are they?
Yeah.
I need to go and see them. And then my knit is Anina Bing.
So good.
And
That's on
What
my
neck
wish
is it? Is
list.
it V?
It's V.
Are the V's new?
This one is from, I think this is from like 2 years ago. But yeah, it's
Do you
it's still
debobble?
around. Yes. And do you know,
Machine or handheld?
I just prefer the brush.
Do
I
you?
like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like
A brush or a metal comb?
metal comb.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like it's more satisfying and
Yeah.
Is that Saskia with my coffee? Thank you.
That is
Thank
what?
you.
So that is a proper coffee, not one of your weird.
What's a latte?
That's a coffee.
yeah.
So
But when did this start again? Like, how did you get into it?
So the story is, David, the founder of Grind, we all know Grind, came on a podcast, on a Success Stories podcast. I interviewed him and he bought some cans. And I'm there talking about what an outrageous success his business is.
Yeah.
And he's like, cracks them open. I'm like, it's a bit awkward, I better try them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's quite nice. So I started on a nice coffee. And then Steph, when we were in Dubai, she went, Georgie, I think you should try a latte. I think you're basically drinking a cold latte. Anyway, dun dun dun.
That is wild.
And do you feel the effects of it?
Oh my god, it's great.
I mean, I have 3 coffees every morning.
What do you have? Do you have a? This is a latte.
I have a cappuccino,
You
which
see,
is
I'm a-
less milk.
I go into a coffee shop. I'm like, could I see your milk? Because some of them seem to have skinny coconut milk. Some of
Oh,
them
that's
have
coconut milk. That's not cow's milk.
No, oh no.
Would you ever have cow's milk? No.
I shouldn't really like the taste.
Okay.
Anyway, it's whole new worlds.
Wow.
So,
So-
if you were going out for breakfast, would you get a coffee, or was it like is it like a mid-morning?
This morning, 7:30, I had a double shot of Grind.
What? Double?
Skinny. People must be thinking, like, what's the big deal? Bearing in mind, I've worked with quite a lot of my colleagues for over a decade,
Yeah, I feel
and
like-
they've never seen me go anywhere near a coffee.
I feel like the only hot drink I've ever seen you have was like a hot Ribena.
Well, cheers, girls.
Times are evolving.
I know. Anyway,
Fine.
it's delicious.
Where is this vision from?
Well, I just ripped open the pockets. So this
Really ripped. That was an aggressive
No
tear,
going back.
actually.
so this is not going back now. And I say that because it was really expensive, but it is my birthday. Hodge
Next
is
month.
like, you're not actually in your birthday month yet. But it is nearly my birthday.
It's like 4 weeks.
But you're working
No,
towards it.
It's less. It's 2. I'm
Okay,
glad
2.
you remembered.
2.
It's supposed to be coming. Anyway, it's 2 weeks away. But I will say that I'm wearing H&M boots.
Love those. I've got those. So handy. Yeah.
If I could buy 3 more pairs, I would.
Yeah.
Like, they are the best
So comfy.
freaking boot ever. I am wearing, so high-low, Calzedonia.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Told you about these. Met this woman in Dubai. She's like so freaking hot. I'm obsessed with her. She's called Angie. She is insane. We'll put a link to her in the notes because
She's worth a look at.
Smoke show.
she's like, I don't know. She's like late 40s. Oh, she's just so beautiful. Anyway, we were in the loo and I was like, where are they from? Where's everything from? She was like, Calzedonia.
Love that. Nothing better
I
than someone
know.
tells you where something's from and you're like,
know.
I can get that.
Yeah.
And-
Is it the cat suit?
No, I'm not wearing the cat suit. But
Okay.
I've got the cat suit, and then I'm wearing.
Love
I'm
that.
jumping ahead because it's on my list. See this, like that.
Yeah.
Body.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, body.
Primark. I told you about
You
these.
don't-
Wow.
We love a body.
Freaking heck, love a body. Love a body.
You love a body as
I
well.
love a body.
Love a body.
Seth.
That's what
Do you
want.
always do it up at the bottom?
Yeah.
I was wearing one the other day, and it must have been like, I hope it was towards the end of the day. I went to the loo, and then I got back.
Was it tinkling, tangling up? Yeah.
I got home, and Lee goes to me, "What are you wearing?" I was like, "What do you mean?"
You left it
Turned
hanging
around,
out the night?
I left it hanging on the back.
Little tail.
This little white tail. It was so
Oh my
terrible. Luckily, I was wearing a blazer.
I've done that before.
Oh my god, I died.
That's
I've done
so
that before.
funny.
Sometimes they're just so uncomfy. Anyway, the Primark ones. Can I also say Primark underwear? That and Nudea. I mean,
No way.
Yes.
Knicker, because I need some good
no.
knickers.
The knickers I have, they're like Skims dupes. They are so
Wow.
good. The first time I bought Primark, anything from Primark, was when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was buying pants to wear after I'd given birth.
Oh,
Yeah.
the black ones. I did.
Did you?
big
When you put the
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
nappy in for however long.
Oh, well.
Anyway, the Primark lingerie is excellent. Anyway, so just can we remember H&M, Calzedonia, Primark? This is my wardrobe NYC, which I've had in my basket
It's banging.
for about 3 weeks. And then Rosie freaking Huntington-Whiteley comes out with some video content.
Love that
last
video. I
week.
sent it to Lou.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And I said to Laura, I've had this in my bag. And she was like, you need to buy that. I was like, well, that's not helpful.
You deserve it.
I bought it.
It looks mega.
It looks mega.
It's cool.
And
isn't it?
so useful. And you'll
Yeah.
love it forever.
And so me. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's so
love-
you, it's so
yeah.
you.
So you.
I know, it's good. It's good. New and noteworthy, I've got written down here. Hodge.
Okay, mine is, I feel like the whole country is talking about this, but Rivals, which is the new show on Disney, is the adaptation of Jilly Cooper's 1988 novel, which I grew up reading. It was like my entry to soft porn.
Yeah.
God, I said porn again. I'm still saying porn on this podcast.
It's very clear you enjoy a bit of porn.
Take a shot every time.
It's very
Hodge
clear.
talks about sex or porn.
I think just own it now. I think just own it. It's fine. Can I just tell you something really funny? Just like I just got back from Kuwait, got back to the airport with Elaine, my colleague, and she went, "Oh, new WhatsApp group's been set up, and it's called Bonkfest."
Ooh.
She was like, "It's to get together to watch Rivals."
Oh, wow.
Tonight with champagne. I was like,
Love that.
It's so good. I feel like sometimes these shows, the hype is so massive. It's a really good cast. It's David Tennant, Danny Dyer, Emily Attack.
Danny Dyer.
Yeah.
Who?
He is the guy who's the other person they're trying to get the cash from, who David Tennant's trying to get the cash from. He's got a moustache. That's Danny Dyer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious. I
Yeah,
had no
he's
idea.
been he's got rave reviews. They're like, he's too good for soap.
So you just said it's so good.
Yeah.
I feel
Is it so good? And by the way,
Have you
I
watched it yet?
I've watched the first one.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of it?
Yeah, I watched the first one, but I didn't like it.
You not watched any more?
And I don't think so.
Oh, I think
think
it's
you should
just
give it another go
easy
first.
viewing, and it's like,
Yeah, me too.
and I feel It's just a bit of joy and silliness. And there's
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
do.
shit
I
going
didn't
on.
know.
It's not a thriller. It's not. I don't know. I just
It's like
quite
funny.
the 80s
I
vibe.
like the first scene. I loved.
I didn't know.
In the Concourse.
Oh my god, I loved
loved that.
I loved
We're about
that.
to go supersonic.
She was amazing, actually. I thought she was really good.
The girl from The Split.
Yes.
Annabelle Sholey.
Okay,
Anyway,
so yours
I'm-
is Rivals.
And I'm
Lou.
So talking of silly, fun TV, mine is Shrinking 2, which has just come out again.
Someone else is talking
Have
about.
you seen? Did you see the first series of
No.
that? Have
We
you?
watched half of it and didn't get into
What
it.
is it?
So it's a very light-hearted series on Apple TV, co-created by Brett Goldstein from Ted Lasso.
Oh.
And it stars Jason Segel, who his wife has died. He is a therapist. There's a group of therapists, and it's about their lives.
And it's
basically.
with Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is incredible. He's another one of the therapists. He is incredible in it. And it's just about friendships and life, and they all overshare and they're super honest with each other, and it's really funny, and it's like a hug at the end of the day. Jason Segel's lines.
It's an easy watch.
It's a really easy watch.
I want to watch that. I've heard it's good.
It's really brilliant. I think it's very dry humour as well.
Do you have to start with series 1?
I think
so
should.
you get the
yeah.
people.
And they're like 25-minute episodes, so you can binge it really quickly.
Okay.
And it's really that's my equivalent of that.
Okay, I'm going to watch that.
We are
Thank
very
you.
different people.
I'm going to finish Rivals first.
Do that. There's no sex in it just yet. So
Yeah,
really, that's up to you.
It's not a bonk fest.
It's not a bog fest.
I've got another TV thing to mention. I don't think you're going to watch it, which is going to upset me.
Okay.
But it's called La Maison.
Oh, that's so fun. I watched the trailer for that last night, and I was like, we need to watch this.
I would really like to know what you and Lou think.
Okay.
Because I know how much you both love Paris.
Yeah.
Lou, I mean her husband,
Yeah.
who is a creative and has an incredible eye. It's fiction. It's about a fashion house called Le Deux. And there's a rival fashion house.
Yeah.
Someone from the Le Deux family has married into. And it's the rivalry between the two.
Mm-hmm.
There's a woman called Pearl who works for Le Deux, and a really famous French actress. She's like the sort of Christian Scott Thomas of France. Not helpful. Anyway, it is so beautifully shot.
It looks really beautiful.
I'd love to know what you think of it.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm on episode 4.
Wow,
Okay.
already?
Yeah, on the plane.
And it's
Okay.
subtitled, right?
Subtitled. But I love, what was that thing about Dior and Chanel during the war? I forgot the name.
Yeah, I love that.
But I loved. I love anything about French fashion houses. Well, about fashion houses.
Yeah.
This is fiction. But yeah, please watch it. And let me know what you
I will.
What is your mustn't miss?
Mine is we did a show last week, and one of the segments on last Tuesday's show was a fashion segment with Nana and Lou, and I loved it. Did you love
too.
it?
I loved it so
Oh,
It
it was
was
I love you two together.
It was really, really fun to do
It was called 6 Pieces Styled 12 Ways. So they picked the same 6 pieces, and then it's how because they've obviously got very different styles.
Yeah, I
and
love
how-
that. I love that.
And I think it's so handy because you wear the same outfit combos in your wardrobe. Like you always put something with something. And I understand that people like a uniform and like to be able to pull outfits. But it's so nice to mix things up.
Yeah. And I think to then, get fresh inspo.
Yeah.
And also, like, depending, like, it doesn't matter what your style is because, Nana and I are, like, polar opposites in terms of how we would wear
Yeah.
things. Yet we can still take the same piece and put our own
Yeah.
stamp
And I
on
love
it.
that.
It was great. It was great.
Which is really nice.
I love it when you do Style Watch too, you two.
Yeah.
You're a really good combo. I love it.
It was about, 4 minutes long. It took us 3 hours to
I know.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I literally want my whole wardrobe in.
Yeah.
So I don't wear outfits like in always the same way. So I feel like I really struggle to pack in outfits. I'm always so impressed when you travel that you pack in outfits.
I love that you do that.
I do. And
It's like, I love it.
changed my life.
Is that a new thing?
I tell you what it is. It's the thing I have to do with them at least because when I'm there, and I'm not somebody, I always say I want to be a bit more David Beckham. I want to get a rail, put it in the spare room,
Yeah.
and start the week with rails of clothes.
Yeah.
I'll believe them when I see it. But when I go to the Middle East, because I'm filming and I'm at events, unless you take your whole wardrobe,
Yeah.
it's the only way to do it. I
Yeah.
often send off
so good.
screenshots Like this one, this one. And then I lie them all out on the floor and I'll take like an extra 2.
In case.
But like for Q8, for example, I took, so we arrived, we did a night flight on Wednesday night.
How was that?
Fine. Didn't sleep very well, sadly. Got off the flight at 6:30. Went to our hotel, showered, had our first meeting at 9. We had 5 meetings
Oh my God.
with designers, some entrepreneurs. I mean, the women in Q8, by the way, are just amazing.
Wow.
So chic. Someone said, there's this girl called Tanya who's hopefully going to contribute to SheerLuxe Middle East. I mean, you'd love her so much. And I said, how do you describe the style of the women in Q8? And she said, posh. No, she doesn't mean posh, like
She means like
Yeah.
glam.
snotty.
Yeah.
She just means very put together.
Yeah.
You know, every detail is thought about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're not cool.
Yeah.
It depends on the generation, actually. There's a young generation that's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we filmed all day. I had a camera, had Stephanie with us.
Yeah.
So I had to have an outfit for that.
Yeah.
And then we went straight to a gala dinner, which was like red carpet.
You both looked amazing.
Yeah.
We
That
went
dress
to
was
this-
insane.
Well,
incredible.
I packed something else. And then I said to Hanya, what do you think? She was like, no, too beachy. I was like, okay. So we went to Baza Alamoon, who makes these. They're slightly like Solace, I would say,
that's the vibe I
dresses,
got.
but a bit more wonderful. I mean, really wonderful. Good price points, like sort of 700. Obviously, it's all relative, but I mean, you know, she has her own atelier in her store.
Yeah.
It's all handmade.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll see it on the behind the scenes episode. And I was like, can we try a few on? And Elaine was like, do you think we could borrow one? And she's like, oh my God, I'd be honoured.
Oh.
Thank God, because if we'd worn what we would have taken,
Yeah.
we literally looked like we were going to beach club or something. And then we had this amazing gala dinner with every person. I was chatting to this woman and I was like, oh, I love your dress. Someone was like, she's the biggest star in Hollywood. No, but when you don't know who they are,
Yeah.
it's sort of quite good. And then we had a day, like a conference. But again, we were filming all day. So I actually wore a 3-piece suit from De Savary.
Oh, nice. I saw that, the
Yeah.
white one. So nice.
It's really nice. And then we had a dinner on the last night at this incredible beach club in Q8. So I had to have 4 outfits. I packed 6, so I had
Okay.
2 extra.
And do you feel like your style has evolved since you've been spending more time out there?
No, and you know, people keep saying this thing that, Georgie's style's really evolved. No, I don't think it has actually. I think I just take the time to plan it.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm a big tailoring girl.
Yeah.
I think I just take the time to plan it.
Yeah.
And I guess when you do take the time to plan it, you do look a bit more put together
Yeah.
and a bit more polished.
And I think because you know the weather's always the same.
yeah.
Like you know what the weather's going to be
That's
like.
the easy bit. You're so right.
So it's not like, you know, planning for an Ibiza trip or it could be shit weather if you're going this time
no,
of
I
year.
think just as we get older, we know more. And yeah, the weather.
Yeah.
I think sticking to quite monochrome makes it easier when you're traveling.
Yeah, definitely.
Because then you can slightly mix things around. But I'm pretty rigid. I pack my outfits.
Yeah, it's impressive.
And it does really work. And then I'm so anal when I come home. I like pack everything so perfectly. So I hate packing and I hate unpacking.
Yeah.
Oh,
So my packing, I empty every bag I've used. I put all my receipts in one place, all my dirty washing in one bit.
Yeah.
Almost so that when I get home, I'm
Same.
like, done.
Yeah.
I do that. Like on a family holiday, like if we've got 4 cases, 1 case will be dirty washing. So then I know
So,
that
oh my God,
case
Tom,
goes
me too.
straight.
I'm like straight downstairs.
Yeah,
And when Jonesy doesn't follow the rules, I get really cross. I've spent so long,
Yeah.
and now anyway. Lou,
wax jacket. So barn jackets have really been like having their moment. And I'm over it.
so am I.
So are you guys.
I'm over it.
I never got on it.
No.
No.
Do you know, I think it was like August the 28th. And we weren't back in the office yet.
Yeah.
And then we came back for
People
like,
were wearing Barbers in
Yeah.
August, and our summer was only.
I know, but everyone was so quick to get on autumn.
know.
Anyway, then I think like 5 people were wearing the office, so I was like, no, okay, like I'm done with it. There's a kind of a city hybrid which is more elevated and polished. I've got a Barber which I've literally had since I was like 14.
Yeah.
It's got like
Is
the
it
rabbit.
fitted?
It's got the rabbit pocket at the back. Like we used to have it at the farm. Like
Oh,
it's
sweet.
so beaten up.
You don't wear it still, do you?
No, I would wear it like if we were going,
In,
like
like,
if we were in the
Cornwall.
country, but I would not wear it in the city. And I feel like I want a city appropriate
I'll go for Martha
jacket.
Stance. Do you need a wax jacket?
Well, I
Martha
really
Stance
like the
is
Totem
Have you seen
long
their new
one.
collection? It's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
amazing.
Oh my God, amazing.
Can I just say, sorry,
Yeah.
Martha Stance, you don't get many overnight successes like that. It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Incredible.
The
Yeah.
impact she's made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean that in, I mean, she deserves it. She's come up with such a unique product. But it's really cool, isn't
Yeah.
it? That, you know, you see so much of the same.
Yeah.
And then you
It's
see
really
Martha
cool.
Stance do that. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, when you get those industry disruptors
Yeah.
who change the landscape of what their single product is as
Yeah.
well, it's amazing.
Yeah.
They are
Georgia
expensive.
Dent. She's great. Shout out
Anyway,
to her.
back to Barbers.
Yeah, there's a long line, one from Totem, which I feel like is a little bit more chic and elegant than the cropped style. So
It's
feel
not quite a
like-
Barber if it's from Totem, is it?
exactly, but that's kind of what makes it feel more like
Would
city
you wear it to work?
appropriate. Definitely. Yeah.
Alexa Chung equals Barbara to me.
Yeah.
Alexa Chung. Sorry, my brain. Kate Moss. Can we just talk about Victoria's Secrets? Holy shit.
Kate Moss looks insane.
Incredible.
Blimmin' heck. I actually said to Dr. Jack the other day, I was like, do I need a facelift? And he's like, no, not yet, Georgie. That's okay. Just tell me when. Just tell me when.
I am
Anyway,
down for it.
I'm half joking, but I'm not really joking.
I'm not joking.
Hodge and I have decided we're going to get 2 for 1 and go and live in a hotel.
Nice.
And then recover together.
I'm
Oh,
following
that's so nice.
someone.
Oh,
I'm following... We're following the same woman. Okay, I'm gonna. Should I find it? By the way, don't troll us on here. All right, well I do, and I don't give a fuck actually. But Hodge and I are looking for a press deal from Dr. Georgie.
But do you actually, do you feel
Not
like you
now.
need one?
Not yet,
now.
but he does say here that this was a woman in her 40s, and the sooner the better. Caroline Sandbury says the sooner the better. Why would I wait? till I'm 70?
Pre-50.
This is me to Hodge. Thank you, H. Saying, what do I do about my jowl?
I've got that.
I said my jowl ain't pretty. Oh my god, lol. Lol, look, do what the hell you want. If
Yeah.
you don't want to do anything, don't do it. Here we go. She's called Kim, and it's called My Facelift Journal. You're welcome, Kim.
What's been the best tweakment that you have had?
I had endo lift on Friday, but with
This
Dr.
is big news,
This
Lou.
is big
Which
news.
which is what for those that don't know?
It is laser, which is to tighten like my neck and my lower face. Mm-hmm. So I've got bruises here. So it's only on Friday with the most gorgeous Dr. Nina Ball I had it with. But
Apparently, she is the queen. So the only people I see are David Jack and Nina Bow, and
Yeah.
apparently Nina is.
I just was I feel very conscious of my like laxity here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's, I didn't do enough of exercise.
I was going through my saves earlier, and there is one where there's like a position that you make with a mouth,
like-
with your tongue, and then you smile up, and that helps this.
Yeah. So I could do that all day long and nothing's going to change. So, basically, so you go and I'd numbing cream on and then they put anaesthetic in. So you
Okay.
can see the bruises.
Yeah.
You can't, hon.
No,
you
not at
can't,
all.
You can't.
And on my chin.
You said you slept with a thing.
I've slept with a sling on my chin.
about that.
Both of you. I had to wait for James to go to sleep and then put it on.
Well, because he doesn't know.
Oh,
no,
stop
no,
it.
just because I think he's like, oh my fucking God.
And you
It's
had it
also
on Friday.
I had it on Friday.
You went to Pilates on Saturday.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
said,
right?
can I exercise? And she was like, yeah. I mean, she said, you're not supposed to, but like, don't sweat. And I was like,
You're not supposed to, but you did anyway. Anyway,
No.
I can't
Anyway,
wait.
so
to
we'll
what it's
see.
like.
So in 3 months' time, I'm
Good
gonna,
for you.
I'm
And
going to
if-
wear a polo neck with 3 months.
Yeah, I said earlier. You know that Hodge has done something when she's wearing a polo
Oh,
neck.
polynique sides, Hodges in a bone neck.
And I must say, I rate polynique sides. I've had that.
So do I.
As well.
I've had them under my eyes.
Yeah, I've had that over my whole face, my eyes, and I raise it. But when we had Dr. Jack and Nina on, actually, they said the best thing for sort of skin rejuvenation and plumpness and like that sort of glow is to alternate Profilo with polynique sides.
You are
So
the
every 6
queen
months.
of the glow.
Yeah, without
You
a
are
doubt.
the queen of the glow. I still think Botox is a great treatment.
Yeah,
as
I
long as
could
you
do
don't have
some
too much
Botox.
of it. As long as you can still move. Can I move?
Yeah, totally.
I can't freeze. I've tried. I actually won't freeze.
Damn it.
Other than the first time I had Botox, so when Coco was a baby and I was 30, had it done really badly. And at the christening, I'm literally like this.
I'm too scared to get it because I've got such a heavy brow. I'm worried that it will, like I've seen horror stories where it
Like
can weigh down,
collapses.
collapses,
Yeah.
and it will make my brow even
Yeah.
heavier.
Well, funny you say that.
That's
Botox
filler
doesn't
then.
hold very well on me.
Yeah.
Because I've got the same, and I've I've had it quite recently, and you can see I'm moving there. It doesn't last very long, and I think it was Nina or David said to me, you just can't have any more there because it will give you a heavy brow. So
Okay.
I think you just have to see something good,
right
and
person.
listen to them. It would be the advice.
Did you have a must miss?
Well, I sort of misunderstood the brief.
It's okay, we can
I
freestyle.
haven't done a podcast for a while, so I wrote down a couple of brands that I've discovered recently.
That's fine.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, love.
So one is called de Maison, and there was a girl called Jane, who's a friend of Nana's, who is, I said, what's your job description? She went wholesaler, and then they were laughing. She's a fashion agent. So when you are a small brand, an independent brand, you have an agent who represents you for wholesale distribution, etc. And in Paris, for example, if you watch the episode when I went and spent the day with Shahed, that is her agent, wholesaler, that puts on 2-4 times a year, shows your collections to potential buyers.
Okay.
So anyway, they look after Talamamo, De Hodge, and she was wearing this jewellery. I came prepared, got the brief from.
Well done.
So cool. She was wearing these earrings that were like half pave, half just metal.
Yeah.
And you clip them in and they go different angles. I think it's sold at Koi Bird.
Okay.
Because everything cool is sold at Koi Bird. These cuffs that go into the ears.
Amazing.
And these rings.
So unique.
It is
wow.
so...
Is it expensive?
I think she said it's sort of a couple of £100. Which, bear in mind... Every piece of jewellery I saw in Kuwait, I fell in love with, and I was like, "How much? Don't want to know."
I feel like your jewelry game, like you get some good pieces out there.
Oh, the jewellery in the Middle East is
Yeah.
just. I think because for so many years,
That's the expression.
women have been so covered.
Yeah.
and less. I mean, still some aren't, but so jewellery is a huge. Look at those rings.
That's so cool.
Hopefully, we can show some images on screen. But
Wow.
We'll put the links
oh,
below.
do you know what I also saw in Kuwait? Was this girl who was wearing like black stiletto cords. And round her ankle, she had a solid gold cuff, like a bangle, with a pearl on one end and a gold ball on the other. It was like a cuff. She had
That's
two.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's like that there is a gap in the market for that.
Ankle jewelry.
Do you think?
Love.
Yeah.
But it was a cuff. It wasn't a chain.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So anyway, and my other one was Iraqi. Do you know this brand?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Love them.
I've ordered this.
Oh, it's so
It
amazing.
actually arrived this morning.
Oh my God.
I love how cropped that is.
We're looking at a white blazer
That's
and
stunning.
skirt.
Isn't
That-
it?
That's stunning.
I love that
The
skirt.
whole collection.
That is
They've
like
done-
the most perfect shaped blazer. I want
know.
that in black.
But did the
I know.
sleeves
It's like
stay up like that?
$295.
Ooh.
Or are they straight?
and the skirt was about the same. I don't know, Hannah.
Did you get the skirt as well?
Yeah. It's followed me around the internet for so
Yeah.
long. And then they do these like there's like a grey knitted with Laura and I were looking at it last week. Strapless. Anyway, Iraqi. Check it out.
Iraqi.
ARAKII. The next thing on my list is a hot topic.
I was on Instagram. We were in the car yesterday, and I was looking, and Jason Statham came on with his 7 relationship rules. Which
Jason married to Rosie.
yeah, she's got a lot of airtime this pod. So date night once a week.
Tick.
Fucking hell! Do you do date night once a week? But that is
No, but we have a fun night together once a week. Not
Yeah.
necessarily one-on-one, but we
Okay.
have
you spend time socially together.
we have a night where we're each other's best selves once a week
God,
together.
that's good.
I would say, yeah.
but
Wow.
can be with friends.
Can be with friends, definitely.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel
We do not do
you
that.
are better. You're better when you're with other people.
Yeah, I totally
'cause
agree
you're
with that.
like vibing off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, like,
when
I
you-
love it when James is telling a story and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so funny," and I'm literally like, "Oh my god, you're so hot right now."
Yeah.
Like I love.
Which blows my mind because his story, I mean, I've known Hodge's husband since I was 13. He's got some stories.
But I love
Yeah,
a
that's the
man who can
best.
hold a
He's
room.
a good
Yeah,
storyteller.
yeah, yeah.
So
He's a
that
good
I can see
storyteller.
that like in a
And when
social-
you see them kind of like trying to impress a little bit, it's like, oh, okay, that's nice.
He doesn't try and impress me.
No, as
But
in,
yeah, I know
as
what
in
you
with a
mean.
crowd.
Yes,
like,
he does. He bloody
Well, he
adores
does
you.
a good worm. No, he does. He's the best.
She loves it.
He's the best. He's the best.
I love the social content the day after you guys have been to a big party, because there's normally him in the middle doing a dance routine, surrounded by everybody clapping away,
And then
you
me
guys,
in the background going,
you
"Woo!"
wreck it,
And
yeah.
Hodge is genuinely saying, that's my guy.
Love it.
Straight talking, even if it hurts. I feel you're very honest. Never go to sleep on an argument. I used to not be, but now I'm so tired. I'll fall asleep by accident.
We don't
And
argue
also,
that much
sometimes
anymore, I
you
don't
just
think.
like can't get over it, and you just need a bit of space. You can be like, okay, you're annoying, whatever. We've like, we aren't making
There's
making
arguments
ends
and
meet.
then there's
there's
going.
and there's-
Do you know what?
and there's
I don't
disagreements.
need cuddles right now.
Yeah.
Never raise your voice in an argument. But that like heated whispering, if like the kids are asleep.
Okay.
If one of you is going through a harder phase in your life, then the other one needs to step up.
Yeah.
Of course.
Never disagree in public, disagree in private, but have a united front when you're with other people.
That is our worst weakness, I would say.
Really?
So Jonesy and I, actually, we really don't argue very much. We sort of bicker a bit and we can be a bit competitive on points.
Yeah.
And sometimes he has to have the last word. And I'm sometimes just like, let's just agree to differ. But he quite often thinks his point's right. But we quite often do that in public. I think we've been together so many years. We sort of forget that actually now, as grown-ups in our 40s, we shouldn't really.
Yeah.
So I would say we don't have screaming rows. We don't whatever. But probably we should just.
Always say I love you every day. That was it.
Okay, we're not doing too bad.
Not necessarily relationships. I feel like they're quite good life advice too.
Right, we're going to move on to a favourite celebrity moment of the week. I think I've had mine, which was Kate, Victoria's Secret. That'll do.
Mine, I'm going to talk quickly because I love him so much, but Chris McCausland from Strictly, who's the blind dancer. He's amazing. And I watch it with the children and I say, this is such a good lesson for tenacity and determination and braveness, because look at this guy. He can't see. He lost his sight when he was 22 from a...
And he can't see anything.
Who's blind?
The guy who dances with Karen, the redhead.
Oh,
Diane.
Diane.
Diane, thanks very much. Came quick.
Fuck you, very metaphor.
Not there yet, babe.
Anyway, same, according to my bloods. But who the fuck believes
Have you had your
that?
bloods done to say you're not perimenopausal?
Yeah.
Have you?
But I'm not perimenopausal. Sorry, we digress. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not officially perimenopausal in terms of my hormone levels.
Is there a hormone test?
Yeah.
Oh,
to
right.
see, like, if you're...
I keep getting really hot at the moment. I'm like, does
fuck.
that mean it?
That is a sign of menopause.
Yeah, but like getting hot and
I could still
being
have another child,
forgetful
thanks very much.
is also
So could I. But I'm on the coil, so...
Gabriella Peacock. She's having her fourth baby at 45. Good for her. I think it would kill me.
Oh, my God.
I think it would kill me.
I'd like...
you. I feel like you dabbled with it for a little bit.
I love my children to death, but I've been overheard saying a few times from my office, it's a scam, don't have children, don't believe the movies. I'm hanging on for the day I'm a grandparent. So I met this wonderful woman in the
That's a long time, mate.
Yeah, that's a long time
so
away.
Queuing,
15
she's
years.
63 and she's so hot and cool from Cairo. You would absolutely love her. She's like a bit like Kareem Rockfield.
Yeah.
She was just saying how wonderful grandparenting is. And I think that is...
There's a lady that I've become friends with on Instagram who says that
Wild.
she's so sweet.
How have you made friends?
We just chat all the time. She's just so lovely. She also messages Lou all the time. It's a really blossoming friendship. Anyway, she often comments on any sort of Bobby content. And I was like, the love, I still can't go over the love. And she was like, just you wait until you're a grandparent. It's like another world.
You have got the sweetest daughter I've seen in a long time, to be
She
fair.
is. I'm like so smitten at the moment. And I said to Lou yesterday, like, has being a parent, has it been what you expected so far?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I guess so. What about you? And I just said that I hadn't quite grasped the watching them grow and develop before your eyes and being part of that kind of discovery of everything for the first time how amazing that feels. And yeah, it's just like a joy watching her.
I feel it is like
Yes, I love that.
that saying.
So sweet. Someone said to me the other day, "Oh, Stacey."
Yeah.
She's crying.
Sorry, no, but I just love it so much.
I
mean, she
know.
was a journey, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was. And it was a really,
And
it
we
was a,
sat in my office and
Yeah.
sobbed a couple of times.
yeah.
And
I remember thinking, God, like I want this so much. Will this ever happen? And you know, when you're going through it, I think you don't think it is going to happen.
Yeah,
brutal.
And
it's awful.
Yeah.
brutal.
And I think, you know, you look around you and I feel like everyone is just getting pregnant, and, you know, you see it on social media and
the
it's
worst
really
thing.
hard.
It's the worst.
Especially at your age, because everyone is like, that's where everyone is.
Yeah,
And
and
it just
and
consumes your
totally.
I was obsessed.
I was on forums.
Yeah.
I mean, going how many hours before can you do
Yeah.
a pee on a
Yeah.
pregnancy? I mean, I was
Yeah.
obsessed.
I was
It was
obsessed.
torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think people are speaking up a lot more about it now, which is great. But yeah, at the time, I found it really lonely and really hard. And I think particularly on the woman,
Yeah.
it is such a difficult journey.
Yeah.
Anyway,
go through.
Stacey said to me, how's there? And I was like, just loving being a
Yeah.
mummy. And we basically was like, she's obviously the best mum and they're the sweetest family and blah, blah. Anyway, so it's really
Aw.
burning. But
Yeah,
Well,
it's a real
And
joy.
listen, and like it only gets better, but I feel like
Well.
the older they are, like I feel they all go out into the world every day with a little bit of my heart.
Yeah.
I think the saying is so true. You're only as happy as your least happy child. And, you know, every day I'm like, how's your day? How's your day? How's your day? And if they've all had a good day, I'm like, oh, thank God.
I've got quite an unhappy child at the moment. And I got back on Saturday and Jonesy was like, tell me about Q8. And I was like, I can't right now. I'm in physical and it will all be fine.
It will be fine.
She's not ill or whatever, but you know, it's parenthood. But I was like, I feel I'm in physical pain.
Yeah.
Like it's the best journey in the world. It's the hardest
Yeah.
journey in the world.
Yeah.
Ugh, so hard.
And it's so amazing when they get older and they become friends, and like Coco and I kind of curl up and watch things together and we have more and more adult conversations.
Yeah.
And I sort of love that. She's really becoming, like, our relationship's really changing.
Yeah.
But
But that feels so long ago.
I know.
And Coco's and Mimi are only 8. Like, it's not that long ago.
You've got a Coco, yeah, just for
Oh,
clarity.
yeah.
She's got Coco, I've got Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes so in a blink of an eye. And
Oh
like
my
that's
God.
what they say, isn't it? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah, like
And,
she's 2 in December. It's absolutely
Yes, you
crazy.
got
But
it.
I
I
do
can't believe
think
it.
it's sort of gutting, but it's also amazing to see the people they become.
Yeah.
And so it is sad that those times are past, but it also changes.
Yeah.
And is
Yeah.
still so special.
and I
Yeah.
couldn't go back.
Oh, no.
Like, I
Playgrounds,
couldn't go back.
playgrounds. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like we
Work
can all,
of the devil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we can all go to the cinema together. Although
Yeah.
Coco still likes to play.
like, what do you
So
do?
do I. So does Mimi. We walk past playground. I'm like, shut.
Oh my
shut.
God.
But there's other children in there.
There's
Yeah,
a private
they-
party.
We digress.
We digress. My celeb moment was, and I know it's going to be talked about on the show, was just about Liam and just about the fact that anyone in the public eye, anyone in the entertainment industry, you know, that's a career. We will choose a career, and I just wish people would think about what they posted and what they said about other people. And you know, Robbie said it, Stephen Bartlett said it. Anyway, it's obviously desperately sad what's happened to him, but I just think there's, you know, there's so much support that comes from the world of social media. There's just so much hate and so many trolls, and people are people, and we don't seem to learn. Look at Caroline Flack. I've been there and been trolled, and, you know, in a tiny little way, it's the most horrible feeling. And then you think what it must be like
Yeah,
to be
on that scale.
those people's family. And I just look at the wars going on in the world. What have we learned? Like, anyway, have we done yours?
No, mine was about.
Oh, here she
Ava
goes.
Mendes. Okay, there we go. I had forgotten. Maybe I'm there. She was talking about her parenting advice with Ryan Gosling, and her 8-year-old and 10-year-old don't have phones or social media. Anyway, I wondered. Bobby's suddenly got into Peppa Pig and TV in the morning. She asked about it.
Sweet.
At what age should you be cutting down on TV? What are your rules with screen time, TV, social media with yours?
My 10-year-old and 8-year-old don't have phones or social media. My 12-year-old has a phone, but because he is an hour away, he gets his school coach, which is an hour away every day. So he got a phone so we can contact him on that. But he hasn't got any social apps on it. He actually asked for Snapchat at the weekend.
Who's acted?
Yeah.
No. She said that basically
13.
giving them a
super.
phone is the equivalent of saying walk down the road in the dark.
It is. I completely agree. If Zach wasn't an hour away, I wouldn't have given him a phone. But all of his friends have phone. And I know that is the old age people, the argument. But you sort of don't want them to be the target because life is hard as a preteen.
Yeah.
You don't want to stand out.
I think that our children are going to be the exception. My hope is that there will be legislation that comes in. I feel like there's a lot of noise going on. There's a lot of parents signing things for schools to ban phones. Certain schools have banned smartphones until certain years. I think we will look back and realise that our children's generation were failed by the lack of legislation.
Yeah.
And I think it will change. I hope it will change. I really hope there will be more legislation that comes because it is so damaging. That said, Ruby Wax said once on a TED Talk, technology is part of the future now. It's moving so fast. Let's find a way to work with them on it instead of just banning it because it's here. It's out. The cat's out the bag. You've got to have rules in place.
Yeah.
So
it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. I think it's different for, likewise, I have a child who went to boarding school quite young. So he had a phone so that he could communicate when he was in the car with another parent on the way home.
And can you control what he looks at on that?
Yeah, we have parent locks, but they all have VPNs and they all have ways around it. And they all look. It's an ongoing. We went to a talk last week about safety. It's a horror, but here we are. I think the sort of bitchiness that can happen, when you're young and friendships and seeing what you're not a part of and it's all anyway it's here to stay, so we've just got to find a way to navigate it. I really hope there's more legislation that comes in.
I think when they've had too much when they're this age is when they're like grabbing and they're like, she's like Peppa all the time and wants the phone and cries when she doesn't have the phone.
When you see
meltdown,
a 2-year-old navigating a phone like they're 15, that I think is quite scary. Changing the subject, you must take Bobby to see Peppa Pig live at Christmas.
Oh, I can't.
No, you have to.
Really?
Well, I'll take her then. Is
this the Peppa Pig World?
No.
That's awful because it's got the music.
Awful. We lost Otto.
Okay.
I've got PTSD. It's miles away. It's the worst thing ever. No.
Okay, what's live?
Peppa Pig the show. I think it's at it's not the Apollo. It's at the theatre at Piccadilly Circus.
Okay.
I think it's only on at Christmas. It might be all year.
Okay.
But the car comes on.
Okay.
They're all life size with it's heaven.
Sweet.
I
Okay.
know
She'd love it.
But she'll be
2 in December.
Yeah, perfect.
She loves George. She calls him George.
How chic. Of course she's her daughter. Of course she calls him George. Anyway, you should really take her.
Okay.
It's sort of 45 minutes and there's no interval, so it's perfect.
Fine.
And there's an 11 a.m. and so they know that
perfect.
you
Tie her
both
up
at
before
sleep.
nap time.
Yeah. Sleep time in the middle. Before we do these dilemmas, quick shout out. Please subscribe on Acast, on Apple, on YouTube, wherever you listen to our podcast. If I got that right. Okay, it really helps. Oh, I like this one. Since giving birth, my mother-in-law, these are dilemmas that have come in. My mother-in-law oversteps a lot. She's insensitive, doesn't like boundaries, constantly references my relationship with my own mother is closer. No shit.
I know, like that's silly.
You are the mother now, and be firm but polite. I would loop your husband in on any comms, so that if she's pushing too hard, he can step in. But I think as long as you're polite, you can. I remember when I had Coco and we had both sets of parents for Sunday lunch, and I was trying to wake her up to feed her because I was quite a routine girl. I was dipping, I'm going to get told for this. I was dipping her feet in a sink of cold water. And they were like, I'm never with a sleeping baby. Never.
Oh my
and I turned around to them.
God, I know.
I said, if you want to have a cuddle with your granddaughter, I suggest you just leave me to do what I think I should do as her mother.
Yeah.
Anyway, I kept quiet.
But I feel also, look at it from her point of view, that she is worried that she's not going to be as close to the baby as the maternal grandmother.
Yes.
So make sure, to carve out time to go one-on-one and have a coffee with her and ask her advice for the baby, just to make her feel...
People like to feel heard.
Yeah. And wanted and needed.
Yeah.
And then she might like back.
Let her in, yeah.
Yeah.
I think let her in. My mother-in-law's amazing. I'm very lucky. I know are
mine
super
is
close
amazing.
to yours.
Yeah.
I'm organising a girls' holiday. One of the girls in the group is a negative person. A couple of the girls don't want to go on holiday with her. Is this mean girl behaviour? Or do we listen to the greater good?
Oh.
Yes, that's Mean Girl. Definitely. From the show last week, listening to Jules saying that when there's like negativity, there's often something going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like reach out, check in on them. I thought he just had
But
such
But
good advice.
she's saying she's organising a holiday.
Yeah.
Two of the girls don't want to go on holiday with one of the others who's quite neggy. I mean, if you're all paying,
Yeah.
and they can say no, can't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go.
It's really hard. I think some people are just glass half empty.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily neggy.
No.
But I get that it's hard to be around sometimes.
But
It
yeah,
depends.
if you don't want to go on holiday with them, you don't need to go on holiday with them.
Yeah, exactly. So we're saying include.
Yeah.
Because it's more hurtful. You can easily put up with somebody being negative, but to hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling left out is not nice.
If you could choose one thing that instantly makes you look polished, what would it be?
I think getting a blow dry. Definitely.
You love it.
Yeah, because I've got unruly wavy hair, I never really know what's going to look like in the morning.
But yours lasts for ages.
So I had mine done on Friday,
Yeah.
and I don't expect Ollie to do anything till Friday. So when I get a blow dry,
my
it
God,
does
I'm so
last
jealous,
a
can't
lot,
I?
and I do feel like it's an instant.
Yeah.
I feel more presentable. I could be wearing trackies and have a blow dry, and I feel much better.
Hodge?
I think clothes-wise, like a blazer. I always feel together when I've got a blazer on.
I think Annie Himosh is right. If in doubt, wash your hair.
I haven't been able to wash my hair for 3 days
can't
since
tell.
Friday.
Looks
No, I
alright.
washed it this morning. But it's...
You did wash it this
I
morning.
washed it this morning.
Alright.
But it's so...
I was going to say, don't, isn't it that bad?
Glad we didn't say I can tell.
Don't worry. I'll look better tomorrow. Getting married in 4 weeks, trying to enjoy the process, keep overthinking everything.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah. It's our wedding anniversary next week. 4 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do what
Yeah.
Lou did.
Yeah.
Keep it really... Well, it's too late. She's 4 weeks off. That's not
Yeah.
happening, is it?
Yeah.
But just enjoy it, because you'll hopefully only do this once.
Just know that if something goes wrong, it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah. And people don't know what you didn't have.
And everyone just wants you to be happy.
Yeah.
How do you navigate through mum guilt?
Oh, understand and become okay that you can't be everything to everyone every time,
I don't.
every day.
You don't
I
navigate mum
don't
guilt.
navigate.
Yeah.
I think know that as a working mother, well, for me, I'm a better mother because I'm a working mother. I know that I'm a role model to them. I know that they're going into a world where they're going to have to work. It's very unlikely now that one salary is enough.
Yeah.
Know that nothing is perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing is perfect, and you're not alone. And don't overthink it.
And
just do your best.
everyone is struggling.
Yeah.
Like every single mother I speak to that works, like no one's ever said,
No.
"Yeah, I've got
it's,
nails."
it's really hard, but I feel it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
And it's life. The juggle is
Yeah.
the juggle is life. No one has it perfect. On that note, any tips for balancing a career and a baby? Their mat leave ends in a few months. You're new into the world of working mother life.
It's really hard. I think that's definitely. I mean, everyone told me it was hard, and I think I didn't. Yeah, until you experience it. But I think
you can't really prep for it.
No, you can't. And I don't think there are kind of like tangible tips. I think, it's taking every day as it comes. Yeah, knowing that some days your baby takes priority and some days your work, things come up and you just can't be everything all the time. I think having a strong unit with your partner, with family, with friends that you can rely on and call on, not necessarily to help with the baby, but, just to say, oh my God, this is so hard, and you speak to people, I think it's really helpful so you don't feel alone, speaking to other mothers that have been through it, other businesswomen who can give you advice and almost feel that then they can say, it's really hard. Like, you're not failing if you're not nailing it.
No working mother I know finds it easy.
No one thinks they're nailing it.
No one does.
I think as well that the partner thing, whether they're your husband, your partner, your whatever, it is, you're both parents, you're co-parenting. And yes, the balance might be different based on your sort of financial contribution, but you probably take a hit financially as a woman when you go back. You can't just look at the maths and go, well, you might as well stay home, because hopefully your career will only go in one way. So you have to invest in that for yourself, because at some point you're going to want a career. And, when your children get to the age that ours are, it's really hard right now.
So hard.
Because they need us physically and emotionally. But as they're getting older, the physical bit goes away, the emotion doesn't.
Yeah.
And you do want a career. And I've got 40 years of living ahead of me, hopefully. And if you don't want a career and you don't need to, fine. That's totally your prerogative. Like, I've got to take my hats off. But your other half needs to co-parent. And as I said, sometimes there's a sort of belief that, well, because I make more money or you've taken a pause, my career trumps it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think that is always a fair way to look at it, and you have to share the load. My husband does the Ocado shop, and
so does James now,
and lots of other brilliant things. So I think it's just, as women, I think we are amazing. That's why women are going to take over the world, if you ask me, because we're brilliant at juggling plates, and we're swans, and we get it done, and we multitask. But I think you do need to be able to delegate some of these things to your other half,
and I think
not feel like you're failing.
Communicate on that, because my to-do list in my head is wild, and sometimes I get so panicky thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get all this done? And it just constant, it never ever stops. And I had to say to my husband, like, I'd written them all down, and I was like, this is where my brain is right now. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, he's not in my brain. So I think sometimes you kind of have to, paint it out, and you think they're going to understand and read it, but they're not going to. So you need to be.
It's just the little things, like 3 Halloween costumes. It's just all of those things which are constantly churning in your mind. That if I try and explain it, then I'm like I've wasted time.
It's also. It's just the mental load, as my sister-in-law said. It's the mental load, and whether that's play dates for 3 different children, or Halloween costumes, or school reports, or whatever. Anyway, no one's got it perfectly. No. Trust me, it's a massive juggle. Ladies, I feel like we could chat for hours. We've chatted way too long. I'm going to get in trouble. I need to finish my coffee. That's it for today. If you enjoyed that, then do please rate, review. Please subscribe wherever you listen, and we will be back soon. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.